You worked really hard to get someone on your site. They were shopping around. They even added your product to their cart. And then they just ghosted you. Is there anything you can do about this? Yes, of course there is. And it's a great solution because it's all automated. Welcome back. I'm Christina Scalera, and I help you turn your ideas and services into digital products that sell on demand 24/7, 365, 66 on leap years. Get the point. There are actually 5 components to a great abandoned cart email sequence, which we're going to go into detail. But first, you might be asking, what is an abandoned cart email? Well, when someone goes to your shop and they just up and leave after they've spent time putting things into their cart, we call that an abandoned cart. And when someone abandons their cart, we don't want all that work that we just did to get them shopping with us to go in vain. Instead, we want to capitalize on this opportunity because this is a really, really hot lead and potential customers. What we're going to do, instead of just being like, sayonara, bye, we are actually going to encourage those people to come back and shop with you by sending some automated emails. These aren't just any email though. The first email that you're going to be sending is something that really catches their attention and simply reminds them that they were shopping on your store and now they're not. Usually this is something that is sent around 3 or 4 hours after they leave your shop without buying something. And you just say, hey, you forgot something, or are you forgetting something? Some kind of subject line that catches their attention and reminds them that they were browsing, but then they forgot to check out. The second part of a great abandoned cart email sequence is simply reminding your shoppers what they left behind. A lot of times this just looks like a picture of the product that they were shopping or the products that they had in their cart and reminding them that they left them behind. People leave things in their cart without checking out all the time for lots of different reasons. Sometimes it's because they weren't sure if it was the right fit for them or the right time for them. Sometimes their credit card was in the other room and they didn't feel like getting up off the couch. Sometimes their kid is just having some kind of emergency around yogurt or whatever. No matter what, we want to remind them what they spent time looking at and putting into their cart. So a simple picture or description of what they left behind and why they were shopping at your store is efficient in one of your emails that comes after that abandonment. The third strategy for your abandoned cart sequence emails is to keep any emails you send simple. This is not the place to wow with lots of design and pictures. We want to make sure that these emails actually get delivered. And so we're going to practice good deliverability tips. We want our emails in their inbox. And the reason that's so important is because this is your hottest lead. We want to make sure that they see these emails and are reminded about their abandoned cart. We don't need anything fancy. We've already done the fancy stuff. We've already convinced them to shop with you. Leave the fancy stuff for Instagram, TikTok, whatever. The fourth strategy that I like to do about a day after they've abandoned their cart. So first I'll try to get them to come back and just shop based on reminding them that they were shopping with me. And then the next day I'll give them some sort of incentive. I'll usually give them a 10% off coupon that is limited in time. And before I knew how to create actual 10% off coupons that actually applied per customer and were limited, legit limited, I would just make up a code that looked like it was a one-use code, one of those ones that's like ZX1015, whatever. And I would put that in the email and make it look like they were getting some kind of custom code to their experience. I don't recommend doing that. I actually recommend looking up how to put in a custom code per customer, especially if you're using something like Shopify or Squarespace that does allow you to do that. I always said that this coupon was limited to be used within the next 24 hours, and that gave me another good excuse to email them if they hadn't used that coupon or made a purchase yet. As I just told you, I didn't actually know how to create these super special coupons that were per person and limited in duration from the time that they were issued or created. So I just had this one coupon that was in my abandoned cart emails for a long, long time. But it was 10%, so it's not like it was a lot off, but still. I just tried to make sure that they knew that this discount was expiring within the next few minutes. Basically, I was lying to them, but it was only because I couldn't figure out how to do this technically. Okay, so the fifth and final aspect of your abandoned cart emails is you definitely want to have a really strong call to action. Don't just have pictures or reminders about coupons and carts without having links through each and everything that you send. So you want to make sure that there are very apparent, very obvious URL links back to their cart, back to your shop, so that they can continue their purchase. As a little bonus tip, personally, I like to make my abandoned cart emails on brand, which means that they're not just some boring, hey, you left something in your cart, but usually instead they're something that has a really bad dad joke or a reference to being flawless, since our signature program is called Lawless to Flawless. If you're having any trouble figuring out what to put in your abandoned cart emails or what this actually looks like, then you'll definitely want to check out my Launch Your Shop Academy, because I go into detail in that program all about abandoned cart emails. Or if you have specific questions, leave them down below, because my team and I check that and we actually create future content that can help you. Which reminds me, make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss that future content. Good luck this week getting more people that were ready to ghost you back into your shop. Let me know how it goes. Bye, everyone.